So yesterday, a vision of Jesus appeared to a bully named Saul, blinding him and ultimately inviting him into what God was doing to form a new family. Today, Peter will receive his own vision. In Luke's gospel, when Jesus was arrested, Peter denied 3 times that he knew Jesus. Now, a voice will tell him 3 times to do something that, in his eyes, is against his religion, in order to help him understand forgiveness and how it relates to inclusion and making a new family. What God has made clean is clean. This is Acts chapter 10. There was a man in Caesarea named Cornelius, a centurion in the Italian company. Very Roman. He and his whole household were pious, Gentile God worshippers. He gave generously to those in need among the Jewish people and prayed to God constantly. One day at nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he clearly saw an angel from God in a vision. The angel came to him and said, "Cornelius." Startled, he stared at the angel and replied, "What is it, Lord?" The angel said, "Your prayers and your compassionate acts are like a memorial offering to God. Send messengers to Joppa at once and summon a certain Simon, the one known as Peter. He's a guest of Simon the tanner, whose house is near the seacoast." When the angel who was speaking to him had gone, Cornelius summoned 2 of his household servants along with a pious soldier from his personal staff. He explained everything to them and then sent them to Joppa. At noon on the following day, as their journey brought them close to the city, Peter went up on a roof to pray. He became hungry and he wanted to eat. While the others were preparing the meal, he had a visionary experience. He saw heaven opened up and something like a large linen sheet being lowered to the earth by its 4 corners. Inside the sheet were all kinds of 4-legged animals. There were reptiles and there were wild birds. A voice told him, "Get up, Peter, sacrifice and eat." Peter exclaimed, "Absolutely not, Lord. I've never eaten anything impure or unclean." The voice spoke a second time, "Never consider unclean what God has made pure." This happened 3 times. Then the object was suddenly pulled back into heaven. Peter was bewildered about the meaning of the vision. Just then, the messenger sent by Cornelius discovered the whereabouts of Simon's house and arrived at the gate. Calling out, they inquired whether the Simon known as Peter was a guest there. While Peter was brooding over the vision, the Spirit interrupted him. "Look, 3 people are looking for you. Go downstairs. Don't ask questions. Just go with them, because I've sent them." So Peter went downstairs and told them, "I'm the one you're looking for. Why have you come?" They replied, "We've come on behalf of Cornelius, a centurion and a righteous man, a God worshipper who is well respected by all Jewish people. A holy angel directed him to summon you to his house and to hear what you have to say." Peter invited them into the house as his guests. The next day, he got up and went with them together with some of the believers from Joppa. They arrived in Caesarea the following day. Anticipating their arrival, Cornelius had gathered his relatives and his close friends. As Peter entered the house, which is interesting, Cornelius met him and fell at his feet in order to honor him, which is also interesting. But Peter lifted him up, saying, "Get up. Like you, I'm just a human." As they continued to talk, Peter went inside and found a large gathering of people. He said to them, "You all realize that it's forbidden for a Jew to associate or visit with outsiders. However, God has shown me that I should never call a person impure or unclean. For this reason, when you sent me, I came without objection. I want to know then why you sent for me."